Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Pro Gamecast video. I am Sylphin. In today's video, we are taking a look at a match that was played a day ago as of this recording, and the average team ELO was 1950. Both teams very, very high in the ELO. So we're going to see what happens in this game. How do they play at that high of ELO? What are some things that we can glean and become better ourselves? And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in game. Let's see how these teams go. So who do we have? We have Marty Rivia on Muriel, I Cameron on Sparrow, K4 Mech 44 Meha 23 on Grex, It's P on Severug, and Jan 11 880 on Howitzer. On the other team here, on the orange team, we have Toke Flit on Howitzer, John Herr on Murdoch, Leighton N on Severug, Satori Cloak on Muriel, and Admiral on Grux. So in terms of team compositions here, ladies and gentlemen, right off the bat, I would give the award to probably the orange team. Both have a very nice support of Muriel. Both have a good front line of Severug and Grux. But the Ranger here is the only thing different, and that is Sparrow versus Murdoch. That is really only my experience here. Murdoch with a long arm of the law adds up. It really does. I find that those last hits seem to eventually add up to a point where it's it just kind of snowballs. So we're gonna see here if my better team composition award goes to the orange team or not. So it looks like we have mirror matchups here in these lanes, except on this side we have the Severug laning here on the right lane, both Howitzers in the mid lane, and then Muriel and Sparrow on the red lane. So red lane is going to be Sparrow Murdoch versus Muriel Murdoch versus Muriel and Sparrow. So here they're just going to be very, very careful here, just getting their last hits. As you can see, both very, very chill here in the red lane. In the mid lane, Howitzer versus Howitzer, a fantastic matchup here. They're just going to have to be very careful here with rotations from the enemies, from the respective enemy Severugs. Something very interesting, we have It's P going in the enemy jungle here to get a white camp. Very aggressive. Looks like he will be in this blue lane just in time to defend his tower. Indeed. So now we have Howitzer here for the blue team in a bit of a not too much trouble here, as the orange team's Howitzers pushing him back. So we do have the blue team's jungler and team staying out on the battlefield a little bit longer. The orange team's Grux and Severug did go back. We're gonna have to see if that travel time that it took them to, go back to base and come back, if that is going to hurt them, because the blue team will have stayed in lane here a little bit more than anybody else. Looks like the blue Grux had overextended here, but manages to escape with just a little bit. Now the orange team Severug is on the way, though, to try to get him, but the blue Grux should be able to escape. So little bit of a aggressive push into the orange team's blue tower here in this early game, but doesn't amount to much, just a little bit of tickle damage. So here we have the blue Howitzer, has to be careful as the orange Severug is very, very close, but I think he knows that he hears that Severug going around. He's on the side. He does not have a ward to place down to try to see him. So he knows that he has to be careful here, and looks like I'd say the blue team is kind of doing a little bit of a better job than the orange team in terms of jungling here in this early game, rotating. But the orange team is making up for it as well. They definitely have been getting that Harvester now just in the right lane here. And the Grux is going to come in from the side, make a good pull on the Sevarog, but I don't think this is going to amount to anything. Both the enemy, both teams, Grux and Sevarog, are doing a good job here. Are doing a good job rotating to cover the blue lane, as neither really wants to lane completely. But with that said, I would definitely say that the Grux here, both teams' Gruxes should actually maybe be in this blue lane, as Grux is quite a good laning hero. So I am a bit surprised that the Gruxes aren't just kind of facing off in the blue lane, but they, I guess, are kind of sharing the blue lane's responsibility, staying in the blue jungles, staying close by so that they can definitely cover that blue lane. Looks like Admiral got here in time to keep this blue lane's minion wave at bay. They are, though, suffering a bit for that tower damage, as they have almost half health on the blue tower so far. Looks like a rotation here is happening, and everybody's ultimates are up. Looks like the orange howitzer is able to get away with his mine, but looks like he's getting chased, and looks like Cameron's being very aggressive on Sparrow. Looks like that's going to turn into a little bit of a skirmish here in the jungle. The enemy, or the orange Grux, is on the way to add in some support, but the Sevarog looks like he has overextended, and yes, he will. The enemy Grux here, the orange Grux, is going to be able to come in and finish him off, but it looks like he's being careful, as the blue team did stay close by to make sure that Sevarog could escape. But now the Sevarog is coming back in. He does have full mana though, so, or very much more mana than the orange Sevarog, so that could be an issue here. But no, everything normalizes, and the only thing that came out of that was the orange team's Murdoch and Muriel here, able to get a good amount of damage here on the blue right lane tower here. As you can see, it's pretty much at 1/5 health, and that was really the only thing that came out of that whole engagement here, which definitely gives the advantage here in this early game to the orange team, or simply kind of sets everything back to normal, as they do have some damage on their mid and blue side towers. So it looks like the game is kind of reset here. Some early game potential for some ganks there in that blue side jungle on the orange team, and looks like Cameron and Marty Riva do choose this time, now that their lane is pushed up, to go back. Jan 1188-0 is trying to hold this mid lane at bay, but Toke Flit here on the orange howitzer is doing simply a better job here, pushing up this lane. Doesn't seem like he's getting many more last hits though, as he is. Oh yes, he is. A whole card power level ahead, but experience level is the same. So looks like both teams here have kind of reset. The wards, though, are definitely starting to come out, and it looks like the orange team is actually doing a much better job. If you take a look on the minimap right now, we have 2 around the mid lane, 2 around the red lane, and that's definitely going to give the advantage here for the orange team. We do have the orange Sevarog here going into the blue side jungle to put down a ward at the very, very, very good spot here, just because that is going to allow the orange team. But we do have a gank here from the blue side, the blue side Grux, but not able to, as a orange howitzer does sidestep that, and looks like he's trying to isolate the Grux into the jungle by the Sevarog, and he does exactly that. But whose ultimate is this? It's a blue side howitzer, and looks like the Muriel does come in to save his Grux, but for how long? Because the orange side's Muriel does also come in. We do have this blue Muriel caught out a little bit, but I think she will be able to get away just as it's a Muriel, and she does do that. So we do have a long arm of the law here, taking out the blue side's Sevarog. Again, that long arm of the law there is exactly what I said before. Able to extract some value from these from these engagements, as you know, both teams can't really seem to get a good full-on gank, but that long arm of the law finishes them off and extracts some value from that. So maybe, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going to tip the balance here in this early game. That little bit of a numbers advantage didn't really amount to very much here, as the blue side Sevarog is already back in lane on the blue side. So maybe this does mean the orange team has the advantage. Let's take a look here. 1-0 for the orange team. Let's take a look at the card power. Ooh, it's very, very close. I think total amount though does go to the blue side, but I would say that we would definitely have to say here that the orange side has the advantage a little bit here. I think that this blue Sevarog here is going to be rotating mid. The orange wards though will notify their team though that the Sevarog is coming in, so this howitzer does choose to retreat, stay in a elevated position, and disabling that Sevarog from using his ultimate to create positional advantage. Looks like the blue team here is not responding to the orange side's the orange side's Grux push into this tower, as that is the first tower pick of the game. Now the blue side's definitely going to be at a disadvantage here because they don't have a tower to rely on, and looks like a Jan 1180 is going to be out of position here with the enemy Grux coming in. He does have his ultimate, which is definitely going to enable him to push right here, but the enemy Grux does a fantastic pull as he reads him like a book, and the blue side's Muriel is just not enough to keep him alive. And there we go. That is that little bit fantastic hit by the Sevarog here. Let's see if they can get the body blocks off, but no, it doesn't look like. Oh, but what is the blue side Muriel doing? And she gets taken out. Here's 4v2 or 4v3 here, but nobody is left to get this tower. And it looks like it's going to be a tower trade here, as the orange side gets the mid tower and this blue side Sevarog gets the blue side tower as well. Now the Sevarog is pushing like a beast, as it looks like he's trying to get another tower pick, some extra value from the blunder there in the mid lane, but he's not going to get enough there. Chooses to recall here. We do have a little bit of a skirmish here in the blue side's red jungle, but that little bit of a numbers advantage forced the Sparrow to retreat into the jungle and enabled this Murdoch here to push this lane. So far, ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely looking like this orange team is doing a much better job of capitalizing on their advantages that they create. They're taking advantage of the positions of the blue team, of the little bit of numbers advantage that they're getting, pushing lanes, getting lanes going in the right direction, enabling their minions to do a lot. They're in the blue side towers there. That orange Grux has definitely enabled a lot of damage on the blue side's blue tower here. And it's added up to that first tower pick here early on, and enabling the orange team to get that advantage, rotate mid to get that next tower, and that's going to slowly add up here for the orange team, as they definitely seem to have the advantage here already. So here in the mid lane, the howitzer is coming in. The Sparrow is rotating mid here for the for the safer push position with the rest of her team, but she's getting a white camp. Very aggressive, especially with no wards here to protect her in the enemy jungle, or in the orange side jungle anyways, but she's coming back. These wards by the orange team here is doing a much better job of giving advantage. Oh, a nice mine into the tower here, but doesn't look like he can get any pick, but there is a great ultimate, a great long arm of the law, and looks like this howitzer is going to go down as well. The orange team rotating perfectly here to get a 2-person pick. Oh, fantastic ultimate here to land on the ledge. He might be able to get over, but no, the orange howitzer does the exact same thing. And what a play. The orange team looks like they can get over here. That pull does seem to get the blue team's Muriel, but she should be able to get away, as the orange team probably doesn't want to get too close to the blue team's base, as they could certainly collapse. But Cameron and its P are definitely coming in. This Muriel is having trouble though with the Sevarog, but Cameron looks like she is melting the Grux and forces her to retreat again. Leighton here on Sevarog is not doing the best job of reading his friendly team's motives here. It looks like he will escape though. No, not quite. The Sparrow here will finish him off, but it looks like its P will finish him off, as the Muriel and Grux here for the blue team do defend the mid lane. Disabling that numbers advantage for the orange team to get another tower here. The orange team is doing a much better job of anticipating where the blue team is going to go, and where they are at certain times, pushing towers properly using their numbers advantage. We have the blue team, Sevarog here, defending this left lane. The Grux was just here, but he did choose to recall. We do have a good push here in the mid lane. They do know that they have numbers advantage, and this should enable them to get this tower. If they all group together here, they should be able to push this tower, but looks like they have different ideas. Looks like they want to split push here. The Muriel going off here to join her Sevarog, which might, especially if she recalls, no, she has low mana, so perhaps she should have just stayed there in the mid lane, push that mid tower, get a tower for their efforts, but no, she's choosing to rejoin her Sevarog here, maybe get this left lane tower. But again, look at the wards, ladies and gentlemen, for the orange team. Simply able to get a much more vision on the blue team, and this Sevarog is not choosing to go in with the tower here. Maybe that is the safe play. That little bit of tickle damage on the left hand, on the red tier 1 orange tower here, gonna get it to half health, and that's about it. So for sure, the orange team here is looking very dominant, as the CP doesn't say that much actually, but in total they do have more CP. But we do have Cameron here on Sparrow being striding ahead, but the Murdoch from the blue side is doing a good job. Looks like we have a fantastic gank here by the orange team's Sevarog, but again, the blue team's Muriel does come in. The pull does not land on Cameron, but the clutch blink right outside of the Muriel's ultimate, and all of a sudden it's a 4v3. Very clutch play. She's going to retreat, as she knows that she can't really maybe do stuff, but no, she is coming back. So here, let's see if this oh, very nice job by its P on Sevarog for the clutch subjugate, and then into the ultimate here. Looks like they're going to be able to get the Grux here. Let's see if its P can secure the kill on this Sevarog. Doesn't look, oh, the subjugate not too much, and Toke Flit here on the howitzer, enabling the orange team to disengage. John here doing a fantastic job reading the blue team like a book here, knowing that he has this chance here to get this tower. It looks like he's going to dive it, and now it's a Ranger versus Ranger battle here. Let's see. The Sky Cameron's doing a fantastic job dodging. She's landing all of her hits. Wow, what an engagement here. Now Cameron's going to have a very easy time pushing down this left lane while the rest of her team gets this Orb Prime quite easily, as they do have the numbers advantage here. Finally, the blue team taking advantage of their, well, advantage. They do have blue buff, but the blue side Grux did overextend. He was trying to zone the orange team away, but a little bit too aggressively, and all of a sudden they lose their numbers advantage. So now it's going to be a very tough job here for the blue team to secure this Orb Prime. But where is the rest of the orange team here? Howitzers choosing to come in from behind, trying to attack a weak Sevarog. Looks like that didn't pay off, though, as he is just melted away. He's forced to get in the shadow pad for some sort of cover, but no, that was a bad idea to come in from behind. As you can see, the blue team's doing a much better job in the long arm of the law. There we go, taking out the Sevarog there. And as you can see, that long arm of the law is paying off. Looks like Cameron is caught out by the Grux, and she is not going to be able to do very much. The Howitzer here is low mana, not much he can do, and he knows that. But the Muriel does choose to come in. Can he save Cameron with that pull? No, she's not able to. And looks like the Howitzer is going to try to disengage here through the jungle as he leaves Marty Riva to her fate. Orange team doing a very interesting job here. Some good plays, some bad plays. It's certainly a back and forth game here. Some key mistakes by some people trying to take advantage of some low health heroes, but it doesn't quite work out. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Looks like the orange team is barreling down the mid lane as the blue side Grux here is trying to make a comeback, be a hero here, get some tower takedowns, but is not able to. We do have but the blue team not able to defend their inhibitor as it is taken out. Let's see if they can get some sort of value from it. Looks like John Hurt is going to not be isolated. And the blue team here definitely wanted to try to get some sort of value from defending that inhibitor that they lost, but not able to. Looks like both teams here kind of reset to some degree, but the blue side Grux coming in here from behind, going to try to at least get some kind of numbers advantage here on the Muriel that did not retreat in time, and looks like they certainly will get this pick. The orange team is retreating here as Cameron is barreling down the left side, trying to stay with them to create some sort of opportunity, but not able to. Great map awareness by Cameron here, saving a few towers, trying to create some sort of advantages here, but is not quite able to. So here is a little bit of a skirmish here with the Grux and Howitzer in the mid lane, not able to secure his death at all as low health. He's retreating. Blue Howitzer here trying to defend the right lane that nobody came to, as they looked like they were a little bit bloodthirsty to go after the mid lane, but maybe not worth the tower, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you have to win the game through siege. So if you let the enemy team take down that which they have to win by, then there's not much you can do in order to save the game. It's P and Cameron here on the right side jungle, trying to just get back in in pace, in step with the orange team, as the orange team's probably going to be far ahead in the CP department, as they definitely are. 3 people in the high 30s, with the blue team only having majority of their team in the high 20s, with Cameron, of course, here coming ahead much more. Look at all of those minion kills. Looks like each team is very much happy to just take care of their jungles here, as the kind of Orb Prime is not available. Each team's here. Oh, very close for the orange Grux here, trying to get the howitzer, and Sevrog here returning to base. So each team's kind of happy to be going into their jungles here, trying to get the lanes pushed up. This Admiral for the orange team's Grux is a bit extended here on the left side, and now that, there we go, there's the pull. So let's see this little skirmish here. The orange team's Admiral here does have the CP advantage, but looks like that half health has been really a pain for the blue team's Grux, and looks like the long armor block couldn't finish off the blue team's Grux. But looks like the blue team did indeed not collapse in on their Grux here, and looks like now Marty Riva here on the blue team's as the blue team's Merle is getting taken out. They have to support their support, as Itzp is going bloodthirsty for this Grux, but that is not going to pay off here. Yes, he will be able to secure 1 kill at least, but that's going to mean a 3 for 1, or a 1 for 3 for the blue team, which is not ideal. The orange team definitely collapsed there in help of their Grux, much better than the blue team. And those are the sort of advantages that are going to creep up here. And Leighton for the Sevrog comes in from behind and enables a pick here on this howitzer. Oh boy, the blue team is kind of falling apart here, trying to be bloodthirsty, going for these kills. As you can see, the orange team is just collapsing in on them, picking them off on one by one. Cameron really his understanding how this game is going, as he's just really falling back, knowing when good engagements are good engagements, and just doing a much better job here, sensing the flow of this game, knowing that they are behind, simply just retreating, staying in good positions. The blue team's Grux here is going a little bit aggressive, as he's going to be caught out, but there's Cameron melting the Sevrog, and now they're on the chase for this orange team that is in retreat. At this point, orange team, massive advantage, have been doing a much better job here of having great team fights and protecting their own. They know how to focus fire. They know how to take advantage of people that are overextended and turning that into advantages here. Orb Prime is now up, and the blue team is going to be definitely looking to use that numbers advantage they have for another 34 seconds. Looks like they might be able to get Admiral here for the orange team's Grux, but doesn't look like it. Do we have the blue team's Grux here is definitely overextending himself. He's going to waste this numbers advantage that they have, but he did zone him out very well, force him to use that blink charm. And now he has to be careful here. He doesn't want to get taken out. Looks like the orange team's Grux didn't see him. The blue team does have Orb Prime. So they wanted to take that away from the orange team, and they definitely did. Use that numbers advantage to their advantage. Get Orb Prime. And now they're going to be retreating to go back to base, get some card power from that Orb Prime, and maybe push these lanes a little bit. Left lane is their, or right lane, or red lane, correction, is definitely their best opportunity right now, as you can see, is pushed right to almost there. The orange team's tier 2 tower. So pushing that into the inhibitor, getting an inhibitor pick would be very, very lucky, but very unlikely here. Cameron choosing to go ahead of the minion wave. It looks like they're going to try to get red buff here with the blue Sevrog. Orb Prime, that buff here is not being necessarily used to its maximum potential to push these lanes. Looks like it's P and Admiral on the orange Grux are going to meet here, as the Sevrog is doing a massive amounts of damage, but I think Admiral knows that his team is very close by. He's trying to retreat to get a good pick here. Cameron is going to come in from behind to support his Sevrog, and looks like he's going to absolutely melt the Grux. Holy smokes, that is what happened when you were 51 card power against 39, as Cameron's doing a fantastic job of keeping up in the card power, trying to be that powerhouse for his team. 164 minion kills here, 51 card power, the highest of anybody in the game, even though they are behind. So being a very good ranger here, being that source of damage for his team. We have the blue side Muriel here using her Orb Prime buff, getting these last hits, trying to push this lane back, trying to get some card power. They'll be very successful. Now switching over to mid lane. As we can see here, the blue team is doing exactly what I suggested, going left lane, getting that inhibitor pick. They know that really their only chance of winning right now is to all in one side inhibitor here, and then getting a very nice pull here on the orange Grux. Can they capitalize on it? But no, they can't, as he uses his ultimate. Cameron definitely out of position, almost dead here, as Cameron's almost dead, and Cameron is taking out. That pretty much cements the orange team's advantage here in this engagement, as the majority of the damage is now lost for the blue team. But the blue team's actually doing a fantastic job here. Toki Flint being right in the back line, trying to take out the enemy howitzer. He does, but he's going to be taken out by the blue team's Grux. Sevrog is almost taken out. Clutch escape from the orange team's Sevrog, as the Sevrog's taken out, but Admiral for the orange team's Grux is coming in to finish off the Sevrog, and he does exactly. Marty Riva used her ultimate to come in, and she is done for, as the rest of her team dies. Cameron was not protected, was taken out, maybe was a little aggressive here, and wasn't able to get that damage off. There is the surrender. Very dominant display, ladies and gentlemen, for the orange team here. Really capable of really able to take advantage of their good play. So let's take a look at these builds, ladies and gentlemen. So the enemy team here for the orange team definitely has almost the CP advantage, not as much as you would think, with Cameron got 54 and the rest of his team in the mid to high 30s. But looks like the blue side here is definitely a little bit higher, with the average being low 40, kind of, with Satori Cloak here on Muriel falling behind, but is the same as the blue team's Muriel. Maybe the interplay between the support and a ranger here could have been stronger, so that they could feed each other. But looks like the orange team definitely had the advantage of good play, good strategic play, and capitalizing on those advantages that they did create from themselves, and taking out those towers, getting that siege advantage in this game. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you dislike this though, let me know what you thought. What did you think about this game? What do you think the orange team did that cemented their dominant play here against the blue team, even though the blue team actually did a fairly good job here of getting card power, of trying to defend lanes, push lanes, get some good siege at some points, make that final push up the left lane, but it didn't look like they could secure that team fight. So there you guys go. Very dominant strategic play team fighting mechanics by the blue team, even though it was pretty much a mirror matchup. Pretty much a mirror matchup. The only thing that was different was the Ranger. One side had a Sparrow, and the other side a Murdoch. But like I said right at the beginning, that Murdoch long arm of the law securing 2, if not 3 kills here, and that little bit of CP, that little bit of numbers advantage, maybe didn't make the biggest of a difference in this game, but I think it really did. So there you go. Please like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, guys. Of course, subscribe. If you like this content, found it useful, please subscribe so I can do it for you later. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.